Part 1. You will hear a woman calling a spa to book some treatments for the upcoming weekend. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 4. Now listen and answer questions 1 to 4.
Good morning, Serenity Spa and Wellness Center. You were speaking with Julia. How can I help you today?
Hello, I'm calling to book some treatments for next weekend, please.
Certainly. Before we start, could I take your name, please?
Oh, yes, of course. It's Maria Lewis. That's Maria, and the last name is Lewis. That's Lewis.
Thank you, Ms. Lewis. Have you been to our spa before, or will this be your first visit?
It'll be my first time. A friend of mine came last month and said it was wonderful.
That's lovely to hear. Could I also have a contact number in case we need to confirm your appointment later?
Sure, you can reach me on my mobile. It's 07942 775 317. Wait, no, sorry, that's my work number. My personal one is 07942 885 137.
Got it. 07942 885 137. Thank you. What date were you hoping to come in?
I'm free next Saturday. That should be the 18th of May, right?
Yes, that's right. Let me just check our schedule. Would you prefer a morning or afternoon appointment?
Morning, please. Actually, do you have anything around 10 a.m.?
Let me see. Yes, we do. There's a slot at 10:15, or if you'd like to come a bit earlier, we could fit you in right at 10.
10 o'clock sounds perfect.
Great. And which treatments would you like to book?
I definitely want a facial, and I was thinking of adding a massage. I'm not sure whether to go for a neck and shoulder one or a full body massage.
The full body massage is more relaxing, especially if you have extra time.
In that case, I'll go with the facial and full body massage.
Excellent choice. The facial lasts about 1 hour and the massage takes roughly 90 minutes.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 5 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 5 to 10.
Do you offer any discounts?
Yes, we do. When you book 2 or more treatments on the same day, you receive 10% off the total cost.
Oh, that's nice. Could you tell me the price before the discount, please?
Certainly. The facial is £55 and the full body massage is £80. So together it would be $135 before your discount.
Perfect. And where exactly are you located? I think I passed your spa once near the High Street.
We're actually on King Street, just opposite the public library.
Oh, I thought you were near the supermarket. That's a common mix-up.
The old spa used to be near the supermarket, but we moved to King Street last year.
All right. And do I need to bring anything with me?
Just a towel if you plan to use our jacuzzi or steam room before your session.
Great, I will make sure to pack those. Do I have to pay in advance?
No, not at all. You can pay on the day when you arrive. We take both card and cash payments.
That's convenient.
Oh, and in case you're driving, there's a car park behind the building, free for our customers.
Perfect. That makes things easy. Thanks so much for your help.
My pleasure, Miss Lewis. We'll see you at 10 o'clock on Saturday the 18th. Enjoy the rest of your day.
That is the end of Part 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers to Part 1. Part 2. You will hear a speaker talking about an environmental program focused on planting trees. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 15. Now listen and answer questions 11 to 15.
Good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to see such a big group for our spring environmental program. Some of you may have seen me around campus before. I occasionally help the science department when they run outdoor biology sessions. Others might recognize me from the community park, where I often guide weekend nature walks. But today I'm here in my usual role, as part of the Green Roots project, where I work as a forestry advisor, helping towns plan and care for their trees. Each year, we visit local schools, like yours, to talk about why planting trees is so important, especially in the spring season when the weather helps young plants grow faster. Now, I know some of you might be thinking that trees take years to grow and that planting one small sapling doesn't make much difference. But in reality, it's the small efforts from many people that create lasting change. Trees clean the air, hold the soil together, and provide shade, which keeps city areas cooler. Before I tell you exactly what we'll be planting today, let's talk about why we do it. Over the last decade, this region has lost nearly 30% of its tree cover due to new construction and road expansion. As a result, temperatures here have risen slightly each summer. We are hoping our planting project can help slow that down. Now, about this spring's activity. We'll be focusing on 3 main types of plants. The first is the silver birch, which grows quite quickly and doesn't need rich soil. The second type is the oak, a slower grower but much stronger once mature. Finally, we have the rowan tree, also called the mountain ash. These are loved by birds because of their bright red berries. At first, our team considered planting a few other kinds, such as the river birch and the willow oak, since they grow beautifully in some nearby regions. However, after checking the local soil and rainfall, we found they require too much water and the ground here is already quite dry. So those species wouldn't survive well in this area. You'll notice that we're avoiding pine trees this year, even though they're very common. That's because pine doesn't do well in this area's sandy ground. Last year, nearly half of them failed to grow properly. Now, let's talk about how you'll actually be involved. Each of you will plant 2 trees, one in the lower field and another near the walking trail. Don't worry, our team will show you how deep to dig and how to use the compost correctly.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 16 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 16 to 20.
You'll also get a small name tag to place beside your plant so that you can visit it later and check how it's doing. Some students from last year's group came back recently and were thrilled to see how tall their trees had grown. After the planting, we'll meet back at the picnic shelter by the car park. There are snacks and juice available, but a reusable cup is requested as we're trying to reduce plastic waste. Before we finish, a few reminders. Wear gloves at all times, and if you notice any sharp stones or glass in the soil, call one of the staff instead of handling it yourself. We'll have first aid boxes at both planting sites just in case. Finally, today's program would not have been possible without the gardening supplies and transportation supplied by the school, and I am very grateful to them. Without their support, we wouldn't have been able to organize this so smoothly. I hope today's activity inspires you to keep planting, not just here at school, but at home as well. Remember, even one tree can make a difference to the air we all breathe.
That is the end of Part 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers to Part 2. Part 3. You will listen to two students discussing their research paper on digital vs conventional media. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 25. Now listen and answer questions 21 to 25.
Hey Mark, have you started writing the first part of our research paper yet?
Yeah, just a little. I was comparing digital media and conventional media, but I'm still unsure about how to organize the arguments.
Same here. I keep switching between ideas. At first, I thought we could begin with how television and newspapers used to shape opinions, but then I realized it might be better to start with how social media changed communication patterns.
I like that. Starting from modern examples will grab the reader's attention, and after that, we can talk about the shift from printed content to online formats.
Right. By the way, did you see the statistics from the university survey? I thought it said something like around 70% of students rely on social media for daily updates. But when I checked again, it turned out to be a bit over 80% who actually read the news online rather than in printed papers.
Yeah, I saw that. It's crazy. And yet, some professors still prefer reading actual newspapers because they say online news spreads false stories faster.
That's true. We should include both sides, not just say digital is better. Maybe we can make a table comparing the advantages and disadvantages of each.
Good idea. For example, digital media is instant and interactive, while conventional or mainstream media feels more trustworthy to older audiences.
Speaking of that, which theory should we apply for our analysis? I was thinking about uses and gratifications theory. It focuses on how people actively choose media based on their needs.
That could work. But remember, Professor Harris suggested agenda-setting theory. He said it fits our topic because it explains how the media influences what people think about, not what they think.
Oh yes, you're right. Let's use that instead. It connects perfectly with how digital platforms push trending topics.
Great. We'll also need examples. Maybe compare a newspaper front page with a social media feed from the same day.
I'll handle that part. I'll use the Daily Post for print and Twitter for digital.
Perfect.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 26 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 26 to 30.
Oh, by the way, have you thought about where to put the methodology section?
I was going to put it before the findings, but now I think it makes more sense after the literature review so readers understand our background first.
Yeah, that's better. And for the conclusion, maybe we can emphasize that neither form of media is disappearing, they're just adapting to each other.
Exactly, like how some newspapers now publish short videos online.
By the way, we should check the word limit. The department guidelines say 3,000 words, right?
Yes, though Professor Harris mentioned that the introduction can be a bit longer if we're analyzing multiple sources, but the abstract must not exceed 200 words.
Got it. And the referencing style, it's APA 7th edition.
Yes, APA 7th edition. Oh, and remember, the professor clarified that some websites aren't considered academic at all. He gave a few examples. I think encyclopedia.com and Study Portal were acceptable for basic background details, but then he specifically warned us not to include open edit platforms. Oh, what was it he said? Right, Wikipedia.
I think we're in good shape. When's our presentation again?
It's scheduled for next Wednesday right after lunch, around 1:30 p.m.
That's sooner than I thought. We'd better practice tomorrow afternoon.
Agreed. And let's print the slides this time. Last semester, half the class forgot and had to share screens.
True. I'll bring a USB backup too.
Good plan. All right, I'll send you my notes tonight so you can review them.
Thanks. The daily impact of digital media on our opinions and routines is considerably greater than I had anticipated.
That is the end of Part 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers to Part 3. Part 4. You will hear a university lecture about the 7 wonders of the world, focusing on the Taj Mahal. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen and answer questions 31 to 40.
Good morning, everyone. Today's lecture is about the 7 wonders of the world, a concept that has changed over time but continues to capture people's imagination. These wonders represent humanity's artistic and architectural achievements across different ages and cultures. The original list of ancient wonders was created by Greek scholars around the 2nd century BC. It included marvels such as the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, and the statue of Zeus at Olympia. Sadly, only one of these, the Great Pyramid, still stands today. In the modern era, a new campaign was launched in 2000 to identify modern wonders that reflect global heritage. Millions of people voted, and the final list included iconic landmarks such as the Great Wall of China, Machu Picchu, Petra, the Colosseum, Chichen Itza, Christ the Redeemer in Brazil, and, of course, the Taj Mahal in India. The Taj Mahal, located in Agra, is perhaps the most romantic of all these monuments. It was built by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in the 17th century as a mausoleum for his wife Mumtaz Mahal, who died while giving birth to their 14th child. Construction began in 1632 and took over 20 years to complete. The emperor employed more than 20,000 workers, including artisans, masons, and calligraphers from across India, Persia, and even parts of the Ottoman Empire. The building's design is a perfect blend of Persian, Islamic, and Indian architectural styles, with its symmetrical gardens and reflecting pools enhancing the sense of balance and peace. The structure itself is made of pure white marble, which changes color depending on the time of day, appearing pink at sunrise, milky white in daylight, and golden under moonlight. Now, although the Taj Mahal is admired for its beauty, it also faces serious challenges. The nearby factories and increasing tourist traffic have contributed to air pollution, which is slowly discoloring the marble. The Indian government has introduced strict measures, such as banning certain vehicles near the site and encouraging the use of electric buses. Interestingly, the Taj Mahal was not always viewed as the masterpiece it is today. During the British colonial period, some officials even suggested dismantling it to market its precious stones. Thankfully, the plan was never carried out, and later conservation work restored its original glory. Inside the main chamber lie two tombs, or rather two false tombs. The real graves of Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal are actually located below ground level, directly beneath the cenotaphs visitors see. The walls are decorated with intricate floral patterns and verses from the Quran, all made from inlaid precious stones. To preserve these delicate details, photography within the structure is now absolutely prohibited. Despite this, the monument continues to attract millions of visitors every year, making it one of the most photographed sites in the world, though only from the outside. For art historians, the Taj Mahal represents more than just love and loss. It is also a symbol of power and identity, reflecting how emperors used architecture to display their legacy. The balance, symmetry, and spiritual calm of the building express an ideal of eternal perfection, something that still resonates with people centuries later. And so, while the world's other wonders rise from mountain peaks or cliffside cities, the Taj Mahal's magic lies in its simplicity, a single dome surrounded by harmony and light. Even after hundreds of years, it continues to remind us that human creativity, when guided by love, can outlast time itself.
That is the end of part 4.